We call the Daea meeting to order of June 6, 2024. For a roll call, please.
John Smoot,
Here.
David Call,
Here.
Bobby Eggleton, Brett Hodgson, Destiny Newcomb,
Here.
Rob Van Adder.
Here.
We have a quorum. Action on May 2nd meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Is
I'll
there-
second the motion.
Probably moving second and all in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Citizen concerns? Anyone? Do we have anybody? Unfinished business. Case 2320.
That is 173 Thompson Road, Culloden. Complaint was received back last year, June 7th of '23. This case, the property owner still has not been notified. They've met with the property owner's son. He refused to tell us how we can get in touch with them. This was last discussed. It was referred to Eric Embry for publication and affidavit. I did ask for an update from him, but his office didn't have a case open for this yet, so everything has been forwarded to him now, and we're just waiting for that to happen.
So we're just waiting on the other party, right?
Mm-hmm.
2324.
This one is 425 Circle Drive in Nitro. This was tabled at the February meeting, so we'll need a motion to bring it off the table.
Is there a motion?
Sure, I'll make a motion to bring,
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, signify by aye.
aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Okay.
So this case was seen in court with Judge Reeder on May 15th, and he did grant a temporary restraining order, which barred the residents from living at the property, but allowed them to work there during the day to remedy the situation. There's another hearing scheduled on June 10th, July 10th. I have a typo here. So they're supposed to be working to get it cleaned up between now and then. The county commission has continued to get complaints about the property and people reporting that they are still living in the house. A petition for contempt was filed by Eric Embry on May 30th.
So any further action need to be taken on this? This is the one with court, right?
Yeah, I think this is just sort of that, what's going on with it right now.
Okay, case 2339.
It's 735 Scott Depot Road. Their cleanup was extended 90 days at the March meeting, and so that time has come to an end. The property owner contacted staff and emailed progress photos on May 17th. Showing significant improvement. The structure does still need to be secured. He said the brush left will be burned within 2 weeks. Another inspection completed May 20th showed further progress. I believe our property owner is here to speak on this one. Mr. Smeal? Did you want to come up and did you have anything to say to the board?
How are you?
Yeah, I've just been, I got thrown into the situation. I was tearing down, demolishing the barn, and, I was demolishing the barn and the house there on the property, and I more or less just kept everything in the back, all the materials, the drywall and stuff. And, when I got the letter saying that, it was an eyesore, I got it done. I was by myself doing it, but it was something I had to do, and but I think that's about all I've really got to say. You know, I put my honest effort in, you know, to get it done there. So,
So you just need more time?
no, I got everything done, all the trash in the back, picked up everything, the yards cut, cleaned, everything, you know.
All you need to do then is secure the property then, like board up anything or?
All the windows are boarded up, all the
Okay.
doors are boarded up, everything. Everything's done.
When was the last time you guys were there?
Let's see, I was,
May 20th.
That's what I thought I heard.
that's what these photographs on the PowerPoint are May 20.
And so, the pictures we're looking at is not boarded, and you've done that since May 20th?
Yeah, I sent Jordan the pictures, like Monday. Yeah, Monday.
Okay. And?
Yeah, I did speak with him on May 28th and didn't update the agenda. And the plywood is up, and he has boarded everything, and the pictures show that the structure is secured.
So can we close this?
I would recommend that it be
Okay.
closed.
All right. Is there a motion to do that?
I'll make a motion to close this case.
There's a second?
I'll second it.
Any further comments or questions?
All right.
All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you, sir.
Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Uh, 2493? 03, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 2024-03 is 261 Poindexter Road in Hurricane. The cleanup was extended 90 days at the March meeting, and that time came to an end, and we did a site inspection on May 20th that showed little to no improvement. Staff reached out to the property owner via email on May 21st and have not had a response from them.
Okay. Any further action right now? It's that big.
Let's see. Oh, okay, we were extended to 90 days, March.
But we're not at 90 days yet, right?
Yeah, they had requested 90 days to clean up, but they haven't made any progress
Oh,
in that time. Yeah, and so their 90 days has ended, and they have not responded to my attempts to ask for an update.
The 90 days are up, and there's been no progress, nor have they responded, correct?
Right.
I would make a motion to send this to the county commission.
I'll second that motion.
any further comments or questions? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. 2407,
That is 2042 North Poplar Fork Road in Hurricane. We had a complaint received on March 8th. The inspection was completed on the same day, and a letter was mailed, and a green card was received. Another inspection was done April 18th, and no progress noted. The Daea Board did recommend this case to the County Commission at the March meeting, and the County Commission accepted and filed a complaint and signed an order to clean up the property on May 16th. The property owner did reach out and contact us on May 30th when they received the letter about the County Commission's order, and they are here today to speak on this case.
okay?
My name is Tim Carroll, and
You step up to the mic, speaking to the microphone.
can you hear me otherwise?
No, we need for the mic for the record.
Recordings.
Okay. My name is Tim Carroll. My wife Beth is with me, and we are owners of that property. Property has a history, but nevertheless, it is ours, and it is, we do not disagree with the county commission's findings for us to clean it up. We worked with staff a little bit yesterday to see about some of the obstacles that I may have in doing such. I have had an asbestos inspection done of the property, which is required for any time you dispose of anything into the landfill. And that was completed, and I've got a clean letter from the environmental company on that. I would like to say that currently there is no access to that, even though there are some notes that the timber company did timber that recently, but they laid down a board or one of those log planks across the creek and just drove across it. I think I can get a tractor over there to mow and, pick up trash in the front bucket and things of that nature. Perhaps the planning director can mention a little bit about what our concerns were about the access and the bridge and that type of thing. I guess what I am proposing today, and did you get those pictures from me or not?
Did not.
I sent an email
Okay.
in the middle of the night, believe it or not. I was up at 3 doing stuff.
I
And I
didn't
sent
have
an
it.
email, and then I just sent some more,
Okay.
one picture at a time, but they're not showing
Not
up
in my
as sent
inbox.
on my phone. They were from the phone.
Okay.
So I do have those pictures with me, and I can probably slide beside one of your guys' phones and let them airdrop to it and give those to you. The concern is that there was an existing culvert that was washed out, probably has been for 10 years. And the question is, it's certainly inadequate for access. And I have no access to get a big truck over there or anything to move stuff out with. And so the next step in the road is culvert. The question that we came up with yesterday, does that bridge / culvert, whatever, require a planning commission approval for a road crossing into this property or not? And that, we're going to try to determine that over the next month. Is that what we agreed to yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, they're really two separate issues, as we discussed yesterday. This board is concerned with cleanup of the property. If some type of mechanism to get from the road over to there, that's with the planning office, obviously. But, right now, we're concerned about the cleanup. And if I understand you correctly, you can get from the main road over to this place with a
With a
pickup,
farm
chainsaw,
tractor and a brush
tractor.
hog on it,
Okay.
and that type of thing, yes.
Okay, to get the cleanup started.
Yes.
Okay.
But the hauling out large amounts of debris and that kind of stuff will require
Yeah.
a truck across, and then depending upon how I dispose of the mobile homes, that will also require that access. Whether I sell the frames as a whole or whether, even if they're cut up in pieces and junk, I'll have to have a truck and a trailer over there or
As
something
far as
like
time
that.
frame is concerned, we had discussed yesterday, we talked about possibly a 30-day window that you could get the property cleaned up as much as you can. Is that what you're proposing to the board?
That is what I'm proposing to the board. Now, this does go before the county commission, and I requested a hearing with them on Tuesday morning. So
2 days ago.
I requested
It's
it
for
with
the
the same
upcoming-
letter,
for
yeah.
the upcoming meeting.
Upcoming meeting. Good.
And I am on the agenda for that meeting. So it'll really be their decision whether, I guess I would request this board's, since I have showed up and have some commitments to this board, I would request their support of that period. I mean, there was no period of time listed in that order. It just said, you shall clean it up.
We'll certainly inform the county commission of your cooperation relative to the upcoming meeting. But what you're presenting to us now will have to be presented. Sorry about that. It's, will have to be presented to the county commission for their acceptance and approval.
Right.
Right.
I do understand
Right,
that.
okay.
So basically, that was my update to you on that particular,
Right,
just to keep you informed.
right.
And request your support, since this board seems to be very supportive of people that are broke like me, trying to get something done.
Yeah, we're an advisory board to the county commission, and we appreciate your cooperation and communication. Am I correct,
Yes.
Mr. President? Okay.
Has there been any update on the other side of the road?
There will be shortly in the next case that she's going to talk about, so I'm here related to it too. So basically, do we want to just, we don't, the only thing is that you're going to say that for the case 07, you are going to say that this board, I mean, whether it's a motion to support the property owner or whatever, or if you don't even need a motion, if you just need to show up.
I don't think so, unless you think differently,
I mean,
John.
right now, that's already at the county commission.
It's
Right.
at the county commission.
Right.
That was our last action, and
Right.
So there's really no action that you can take now.
No, the county commission, if
It's
you're
the-
there, that's,
Right. And so my purpose for being here on that this morning is to inform the board of my intentions.
okay.
Okay?
so you say you're involved in 1059, is that
Yeah,
what
cross.
Yes,
you're
yes.
asking, Ron?
2024-08
I skipped
at
ahead on accident.
1059 North Poplar Fork is also Mr. Carroll's property. He is actually part owner of this property. There's a joint owner that has not been notified of the Daea case. We spoke with him about this yesterday, and he's requested that they be notified before we discuss it.
Although I can also say that while I'm down there with the brush hog, we're going to do some work at that. Especially the work that seems to be the biggest complaint is my lovely half of a camper that I got a real good deal on, believe it or not. But the other side doesn't look so bad. I should just turn it around, but that's not really the intent, my intent. My intent was that was going to be a tiny house one of these days. And now that I'm retired, I'm hoping that I can make that happen. So, and have a little more time to be down here and work on that.
I do think you should let them know that we don't live here.
Yeah, we live in Lewisburg, so any work that I do requires me to come down. We did purchase my son and I purchased a tractor, which is down here. To be quite honest with you, that property, since my dad passed away, there has been so much thievery, and it's a unique piece of ground probably in most of Putnam County, in that there's no visible, there are no visible houses to either direction on that. And in the middle of the night, you can hear a car half a mile each way. And what evidently has happened is that people, first of all, they broke in, we kept it locked, that kind of thing. Stole everything there could be to steal out of it, even down to the kitchen sink, the washer, the dryer. It's unbelievable what was stolen. Although we expected something, we took his guns and that type of thing out initially. I mean, we didn't expect people to steal pictures off the walls and that kind of thing. It just sort of, don't even know why they would want pictures of my family, but, maybe the frames are worth $25 or something. And the amount of work that went into stealing was a lot more than I'm sure the value of a lot of things were. Now, some of the things were worth a lot more than.
Prior to the recent interventions, how often did you visit the property?
To be quite honest with you, we're down in the valley probably once every 3 months or so, but
And you stay how long? And you stay how long?
well, my son lives in Briarwood, which is immediately above that, and so we spend almost all of our time with the grandkids. And I quite honestly get so sick of how the shape of it is, of going down there until I'm able to do something. And I've had some significant health issues since the previous case was put in a box and under somebody, because this property was on a case in 21, is that what we decided yesterday?
Yes.
And it was because they couldn't contact the other property owner. It was tabled and put in a box under somebody's desk. And so to be quite honest with you, it makes me, I don't feel good about visiting the property, if that tells you the truth.
I understand.
And I should be closer to the mic, but I'm not, so.
Well, the other thing is that until recently, we were both employed full-time. So our visits here were,
Yeah, they weren't extended.
Yeah.
And now I have had 3 heart surgeries and a heart problem after that, although I know I look like the epitome of health, but I am not. And my wife is currently disabled due to a bad knee replacement surgery and a revision. So, but it is pretty much up to me, and it's my responsibility, and I have to do what I can do to.
Are you in contact with the other property owner?
I am, and I provided Jordan with the address and that type of thing yesterday. Her birthday was on the 3rd, so I talked to her on the 3rd. We're not in close contact. She's my sister. We inherited the property. Because of the problems of people that own property and then it gets tied up in heirship and that kind of thing, we did have a lawyer agree upon a division boundary, but that deed has never been executed yet because, I mean, it holds me and my heirs live, so that they have half of it and she has half of it. But we just have not executed that deed. But the partition agreement is on file at the courthouse. And I do have power of attorney to spend money on her part. And I believe that's why I was the only one that was notified, because all the problems that are there, which they are truly both of our problems because we both grew up there, but all the problems are on her half except for the case 7 problems.
I just know it's been building like this for probably the past 15 years.
My dad passed away in 2015. He passed away in 2015, so that was, and I would have to say the last 4 or 5 years of his life, he was unable to do anything. His wife passed away in 2013. So yeah, it has. And the other property my son lived on until he got a divorce, and I would say it is at least 15 years or maybe 20 years that it has been neglected. And he passed away 5 years ago, so it's a nice piece of property, and it's also goes back in my family to about the 1840s. So I don't know, I'm one of those people that are sentimental about property, but have more on my plate than I can take care of from time to time.
Mr. Carroll, so we're awaiting, have you contacted his sister?
I have not contacted her. We'll have a
So-
letter out to her
We had our
today.
meeting yesterday, so I assume it'll be on your agenda for next month. And
But
I need,
previously, when we met with the board, they showed us that they had notified her and even showed us a document where she had signed for the letter.
When was previous?
the 21 case.
Yes.
I believe it was.
Okay, but she had never lived at that address, nor could she have signed anything because she had just had a liver transplant.
It's a new case.
And she wouldn't miss.
Yeah,
It's an old case.
Yeah.
This is.
I think
yeah,
I
this
seem to
is-
remember this.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't, if she did not have a power of attorney at that time. She does now, and it's not Tim, it's her daughter. But she hasn't lived here
But
for
I have a
35
limited
years.
power of attorney as it relates to doing stuff with this problem, so I can spend money on her behalf,
Yeah.
except for both of us are poor, so.
All right. We have it. We're working through the process, and we look forward to what happens Tuesday. Good. Next, 2410.
Yep, that's 67 Stewart Circle. The complaint was received back on March 18th. The most recent inspection on May 20th shows the property has been cleaned up, I believe to meet the Daea standards. I would recommend this one to be dismissed.
Is there a motion to support staff?
It appears like there's been significant improvement, so I would make a motion to dismiss this case.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any further comments or questions? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. 2413.
Okay, this is 124 Hanning Drive in Poca. Complaint was received back on March 29th. The initial inspection was conducted April 3rd, and the property owner was notified. She contacted the office on April 30th and said she had a crew working on the cleanup. She was instructed to submit a written timeline, and so we received an email from her requesting 30 days for cleanup, and that was granted at the last Daea meeting in May. So that time has come to an end. A follow-up inspection conducted on May 21st did show progress, but maybe not completion. And then, since then, on May 31st, the complainant reached out to the office with some new photos that he just sent to us, complaining that there's not been enough progress made. So there's definitely some improvements still that could be made on this one.
So are we looking at an extension of time, or are we looking at forward?
She hasn't responded to me when I reached out to try to find out if they were still in progress or if she was considering this complete. I'm not sure where the property owner falls on,
Do you need more time?
I think, yeah, because I haven't been able to contact the property owner to find out if she's considering this done or if she would like to request more time.
So can we table it until next month? Or do we need that
Uh,
to give her more time?
In my opinion, I think we could give her 30 more days, and if there's no progress at that point, then we could send it along. But I would make a motion to extend it for 30 days.
Is there- Any further comments or questions? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. And we're into new business? 2411.
Okay, this is at Windy Hill Drive in Liberty. The complaint, inspection, and letter were all done April 27th. The certified letter was returned to the office on April 24th. We've been unable to find another address for the property owner through the sheriff tax office, voter registration, and the DMV. So We still are not able to find this person.
So nothing has,
Have you checked with the post office to see if they have a forwarding address, because government mail does not forward? Beyond that, I don't have any other recommendations on how to track them down.
Okay.
Yeah, the sheriff has knowledge, I believe has knowledge of this property, but unfortunately was not able to be here today, so I would recommend we put this off until the next meeting when the sheriff is here, and we can figure out how to move forward.
table it
Yeah, table
for the
it.
June meeting.
I'd make a motion to table it
Is there a
until
second?
the next meeting.
A second.
Any further comments or questions? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, aye. 2412,
Yep, so this is 485 Woodland Drive in Nitro. Complaint was received on March 22nd. The first letter mailed was returned to us. So we did find another address for her and sent another certified letter on May 9th. The green card was received for that one on May 15th, but the property owner has not made contact with our office. So we have not spoken to this person at all.
anyone have?
Since we can't discuss this one, we just move on to the next one.
Yeah, so we won't be able to speak,
All right.
discuss on this one.
2415,
These are for the properties located at 1371 and 1507 Kelly's Creek Road in Hurricane. We received a complaint on April 11th, and an inspection was conducted, and a letter was mailed on April 17th. The original letter mailed was actually returned to the office, and research did find that the property owner that was listed had passed away, and so a new letter was sent to the next of kin. They did contact us on May 30th and emailed a list of what's on their property that is theirs to keep and use, but they are here today to speak on this as well.
morning.
Morning. Well, on the first of it, the first letter that was sent out, did not receive. We've had a few mail people kind of come and go, but we never were received a notification of a certified letter sent out the first time. All of the mail from my mother's address was forwarded, and that went to our address, but we never received the first one, or we would have reached out the first time.
When I had spoke to
Jordan.
the lady over here on the phone the other day, I explained to her that we do a small business on the side. That's what all the lawnmowers are for that you see sitting in our yard. My husband has business cards made up that says Kelly's Creek Saw Shack. We did do a lot of cleanup the other day down at his mother's. We have pictures to prove it as well. I have 2 letters from friends that have been part of our life for over 30 plus years that have lived with us on and off, stating that
Can I pass this around to you guys to look over the,
that we have, that's lived there, that she has accumulated this stuff over the years. We didn't even know what we were getting into when we started cleaning up the big pile of debris sitting in the middle of her yard. I have an Isuzu Trooper. I have 4 parts cars for that because you cannot find parts for them.
they're no longer
We've
available
had
in the
to-
United States.
I have 2 of them. My son drives one, and I have the other one. And we have parts for them because the transmissions or the torque converters have torn up out of them, and we've had to go to different places to get these for
And
that.
Even as coming from junkyards and stuff like that, those transmissions are very expensive. They cost over $3,000. So it's much, much cheaper to find one that's been wrecked or it's been, had the motor blown up or something like that and just buy the whole machine for about $500 to $600 rather than go to the junkyard and get the transmission for $3,000.
We both have severe health issues. I'm on oxygen. Whenever I'm out moving around, I'm supposed to be on it because of my asthma being out of control so bad. He's had major surgeries back to back. He's got an knee infection. We haven't been able to do hardly anything at all.
They just replaced my knee back in November. I've had a total knee replacement. Right after that, they rebuilt my whole shoulder back in March. I'm still recovering from both of them. Where the knee infection just happened, they just reopened my knee just about 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, roughly.
So I'm still kind of recovering from
It
that.
was the day of the election, so the
Yep.
14th of May, maybe?
Yeah, I was supposed to work the polls, but I had to go in for a surgery, so didn't get to do the polls this year. So,
But I mean, we're trying, but with just he and I, that's impossible. The kid that I talk about, that's my son, he's just a
adopted son.
adopted son. He's really not even mine.
So, yeah, we kind of took him in from a mother that kind of just shoved him off and said, really don't,
And how old is this person?
he's 20 now, but when he came to us, he was about 15.
Is he disabled?
No,
No, but he's not staying with us at the moment.
he just went over to his,
Fiance's parents for a
Yeah.
couple of weeks.
just to visit with them and have some fun.
For the house, it is not dilapidated. It is not vacant. A friend of mine lives in it. She
Yeah,
works like 20, she works over 40 hours a week. She's she takes care of disabled people that are nonverbal autistic. So she works for one of the people that does
Sometimes
that.
she can work about 20 hours in one day, because until somebody can come in and fill in for her. So
We all work full-time jobs and have to keep up with things and stuff.
But she does what she can when she can. The kid, he works night shifts, so he sleeps a lot during the day because he works at Service Wire. And sometimes he doesn't get up until 5 o'clock in the evening, and then he has to be back at work at 10 because he doesn't get home until about 8 o'clock.
Can I ask, are we talking about 1371?
Yes,
Right now,
both of
okay.
them, yes.
Okay,
And the 1507.
so, okay, we're talking about both properties.
We
the
live
same
at
time.
1507, and my friend lives at the 1371.
The property attaches each other. When that 1507 came to be, it was once a hayfield when we first got married. And I said, Mom, do you care if I have that hayfield over there to put a house on? She's like, no, don't, you can go ahead and put it on there. And so it's just a property that's been cut off so it could be a separate property. But they're just side by side. And so it's just, within the past, since November, I have not been able to upkeep for a little while. And this was heading
And
right into
This is another thing.
winter, so I didn't get
Wait a
to
minute.
get keeping up before winter came.
What are you doing with that? No, that's, just keep it over here. When his mom passed away, I called to get a dumpster into the home. I was told no, Waste Management would not bring it or deliver it because of the way her driveway is. I said, I have an excavator. Can you not drop it off in the road and let me drag it into the yard?
Do you still
No.
have this?
Yep.
Yes, we still have the
Got a
excavator.
Yanmar YB551.
But the thing of it is we don't have a truck that we can pull the trailers with right now because I hate to say this, but Midway Ford blew up our engine in our big
They
F-350.
did.
And it's still sitting at,
Lifeline Auto, which has kind of a dead pulse.
in Tays Valley. It's been there for over a year because we are fighting with insurance companies.
That and.
And the
just doesn't move
vehicles,
quick.
I have proof that we have insurance on all of those. They are up to date on the taxes. They have legal inspection stickers. We do drive them.
Every single vehicle on the property there.
There is a white Zuzu Trooper. There is a red Zuzu Trooper. There is a green pickup. There is an AMC Jeep. There is a Daewoo.
2001 Daewoo. See what else we got down there.
All these vehicles are operable.
An old
Yes.
Studebaker, I think it's a Studebaker.
The Land Rovers are going up for sale. Those were his mother's.
Yep.
They cannot drive because of parts, but we got to get them sold first.
Huh?
I see the big red Ford truck and the blue Ford truck sitting in the driveway, 13, 17.
The red Ford, we are wanting to restore and sell it.
Oh, the F-250 extended cab, that was bought as a flip vehicle.
No, the red one?
Yes.
Yes, it was bought as a flip vehicle.
What about the blue one with the green?
The,
That's my mother's truck, I actually just want to sell.
yeah, it's got to be fixed too because it's leaking diesel into the antifreeze and we can't drive it.
And I'm still waiting on a diesel mechanic over here in the valley to get back to me to bring it to him. Still have
So
it.
has the 90 days started yet? Have we officially?
Can I have the paperwork
Will it be the
to give to
receipt
him
of
now?
that?
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
No, we haven't discussed it with this case yet to extend a cleanup time or anything.
Chad, they're talking, hold on just a second, he said.
Please?
He was talking to her.
This is the first time we're able to discuss this case, so we've not requested or granted any cleanup period.
Is there a motion to place the property in a 90-day window for further discussion? Is there a motion to do this?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
Comments and questions? You have 90 days. At the end of 90 days, we'll evaluate your progress and come back.
Okay,
Good.
just one person, and this was all done in retaliatory actions, reason this has been done. This property has been this way for 30 years, and this was all done in retaliation.
And it was,
And that's
because
why
we're
it's-
fighting right now with our neighbors, and they are doing anything they can to get at us. And this is how this has been for
Understand?
18 years.
And here's two statements saying this property has been this way in 30 years.
But that doesn't excuse the condition of the property. It should have never been in this condition.
But what do you
for the 30
do
years.
when you can't get a dumpster, or even to get people to bring you out for the scrap metal to be able to haul that stuff?
Rob is with solid waste.
I mean, there's plenty
There's
of
resources there.
that'll come out and they'll haul off all the scrap.
We have people, but nobody wants to come out because of what our neighbors have done to us. The verbal abuse that they have told everybody that we are horrible people. That's our problem.
There's a motion on the floor that has been properly seconded. All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You have 90 days. Do what you can get done and come back, and we work with people, and we're not trying to take the
Okay,
knees out
what-
from underneath you.
What
But-
about our small engine stuff that we want to keep all of our lawnmowers?
That's my livelihood.
That's our livelihood.
I mean, is there somewhere that they can be actually like lined up and organized?
They were lined up. That's the issue. They
They're
were
in
lined
the-
up right there by the stalls.
They're in rows.
There's a trailer that you see in the pictures that
Because
has.
this stuff doesn't look lined up.
No,
No.
we have a pile, can I show
Okay.
you something on that picture, please?
Sure. But it helps if you tell us what you can do instead of why you
Well, yeah,
can't, why you can't do
Well,
things.
no, this is all scrap right here. This is scrap. This is all weed eaters that are going to go over into the horse stalls.
Okay.
So once that trailer's empty.
This
if he
just
gets-
happened right before I had my surgery. I had to just kind of drop it and just kind of take a break. So
And I
this
mean,
just
I'm
didn't
trying to
done
get
before.
people in to come and help us, but, they say they will, but then they don't show up, so what can you do?
Can the mowers and other non-functional vehicles and such be put into the big detached garage? And so they're not out in the open?
In the detached garage is all small engine stuff, which is like lawnmowers, decks,
It's all brand new in
chainsaws.
the package, small engine parts.
Right.
Just half of it is nothing but shelving that's
And
brand
the
new,
one bay
puts
is
the
so he
barn
can
up,
work on the
brings
mowers and
scrap
stuff
in.
as they come in.
Right.
Yeah, one bay of it is all just work
Right.
area.
You
And
still
a lot of
have
the stuff that was in front of the garage that day that the picture was taken was where I had cleaned out the garage, and then we had to stop because of the infection in the knee with the surgery of going back and forth to the hospitals.
So the inhabitable house is the multi-story brown and the yellow single story? Is that the inhabitable houses?
I'm confused. I don't know what he's
There's
saying.
Where do you live?
We
Which
live-
house?
We live
Yellow and
at
green
the
house.
yellow and green house.
Okay, who lives in the brown? Where is the other house?
The other
It's
house
just
is
next
just
door.
like 800 feet from
And
us.
is that the brown,
Yes,
The,
Split
brick
level.
ranch.
yes, the brick rancher,
and that's
yes.
where your friend lives?
Yes.
Okay. Today is June, so you have until September. We'll see you then.
Okay, so what do we do with how do we go about sending pictures or what?
Work that out with Jordan.
Okay,
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
you what?
We can site checks.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We're working on it.
Thank you.
Oh, no, we do it afterwards.
2417.
Okay, this is 377 Scott Depot Road in Scott Depot. A complaint was received on May 1st, an inspection was conducted, and a certified letter mailed on May 3rd. The property owner contacted me on May 9th when she received her letter, and I told her to provide a written timeline for cleanup. She actually has a permit in our office for a garage that is supposed to be set up approximately June 20th. In which most of the vehicles in the complaint will be stored in the garage. And then she did say that 7 of the vehicles on the property are actually operable and driven by the occupants. They have a lot of licensed drivers that live in their home, so most of what's there is in use. There was a tree cut and the brush from that tree was cut in preparation for the garage. So it should be burnt, weather permitting. We have not gone out to do another inspection on this one yet, as she's still waiting for her garage to be set up.
Okay. So no action.
No.
All right. 2418.
This is 3470C Tays Valley Road in Herndon. Our complaint was received May 2nd, an inspection was conducted the same day, and a certified letter was mailed on May 3rd. The green card for that was received on May 9th, but the property owner has not contacted us. So we'll probably need to do another inspection to see if they're making progress without communication.
Okay, 2419.
That is 188 Margaret Drive in Nitro. We received a complaint on May 2nd. An inspection was completed actually April 30th in relation to a development permit violation on the same property. So a certified letter was sent for the Daea case on May 3rd. The green card was received by us on May 9th, and there has been no contact with the property owner regarding this case or the violation.
So we're at a standstill.
We did get the green card back?
Yes.
We did? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yep, he was properly notified, but he has not been in contact with us.
Okay.
Is that him in that photo, living in the camper?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Is
There's
that
a-
him living in
Yes.
the camper?
Yeah, there was a single, and he's added a second one. And he's created sort of like a breezeway between the two.
Oh,
Oh,
I do know that the health department has got many calls on this for burning of trash and lack of sewer services and water services.
for this
Location.
property? Well, then it needs to start the window, right? Clearing card's been returned, but we have no contact.
The thing I can think of is, we can go out and make another inspection and, review it at the next meeting. And, just keep us updated on the status of the, health department. I'll make a motion to
And
review.
he is aware that he needs to hook onto public sewer, but there's a, lack of employment and funds availability.
Okay. So you make a motion to?
Yeah, I make a motion to review this again at the next meeting, and if no contact or progress has been made, then we can move it along.
Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Any further comments or questions? All in favor, signify by aye. Opposed?
Tabling it for 30 days.
Ayes have it. 2420, right?
Yeah, this is at 102 Hometown Road in Hometown. The complaint was received May 2nd, an inspection was conducted May 16th, and a certified letter was mailed May 17th. The property owner just emailed us this morning, but a single picture of the property, but we haven't actually spoken to her, and she didn't include any information at all, just a single photo of her cleanup. That was right before the meeting.
Main thing is the tree in the
Yeah.
yard.
Yeah, the photo shows the tree has been cleared, the grass is mowed, the debris and broken down steps and board that were all there in front have all been cleared out. The structure does look secure in this picture, which if you guys want.
We just got that this morning.
Yeah, she just emailed it to us, and like I said, she said nothing else, just in a picture.
Hopefully it's.
Did it resolve the issues?
It appears to have. Yeah.
Is there a motion to dismiss?
I'll make a motion to dismiss that case.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any further comments or questions?
I was just down in Hometown when we did our cleanup there a few weeks back, and I have witnessed that.
All right, all in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. 2421,
This one's at 47 Fifth Avenue North in Hometown. Complaint was received May 6th. Inspection was conducted May 16th, and a certified letter was mailed May 17th. The green card was received as of June 3rd, so just a few days ago, but the property owner has not contacted us, so we haven't spoken with this person. And so we'll probably need to do another inspection to see if they're making any progress on cleaning up.
Do we know if there's somebody living there?
It appears to be inhabited.
seriously.
Yeah, I think.
I'm sorry, Jordan, we do or do not have the green card back?
We do have the green card. It came on June 3rd, so after the agenda
Oh, I
was
see.
prepared.
I see,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But I haven't actually had any contact with the property owner. So I don't know if they're maybe working on that, but haven't said anything.
They got tons of cameras.
Cameras?
Oh, yeah, they got cameras all over that front porch.
Oh.
I'm counting
Yeah.
at least 3.
And this one has not changed last week. Not knowing that.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I would motion that since we have the green card, we'll do another inspection, and if there hasn't been any progress, then move it along at the next meeting.
What's the front side of that building?
That's it, there we go.
Is
Yeah,
that the
That's the
front?
front.
And that's the rear?
That's a
And
different
this
building.
is-
That's a different.
Oh, it's a different,
That's
yeah.
back.
Yeah. Good.
I'll second the motion to
Okay.
move it to next, do a site inspection.
Yes.
Okay. All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Now for motion.
Yeah.
2421. Oh, no, that's, sorry. 2422.
So this is 61 4th Avenue South in Hometown. Complaint was received May 16th. Inspection was done May 16th. Letter was mailed May 17th. The property owner, which is a company that buys up these properties and tax sales, reached out yesterday. And so you have the photos there in front of you that he mailed to me this morning, or emailed to me this morning. So he did have somebody go out there to start the cleanup. He, in his email, requested a week to get that completed. And then he did say that he is actually awaiting a estimate on renovating to make the home livable moving forward. So 1 week to finish getting it up to Daea standards, and then he'll be renovating it after that.
So we need to go about for a reinspection in a month?
Yeah.
Any formal action today?
Shocked to see those companies actually doing something.
Yeah, this property's been like this. I've been here before. No
Okay.
success.
Good.
Do we have a motion? I'm sorry. I missed it.
Do we?
Oh, I would make a motion that, you know, we'll go by and do an inspection and see if they made any progress and determine at the next meeting.
Okay, motion on the floor, is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
Any further comments or questions? All in favor, signify by aye. Aye. Opposed, ayes. Is that our last?
That's the last.
Okay. Jordan, do you have anything else to present today?
That's everything I have.
All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.
Have a good day.